something which maybe the professors might not very like. But for me, education isn't everything, right? Marks are not something that define you. It is the knowledge that you gain when you're in that education setting, which is going to help you a lot. I was an average student. Um, and today, if you were to, I was to look back and I was to say that 20 years, 15 years before, would I have been looking at two companies which are $1 million companies? I'm advising very, very good startups. I started angel investing. It is not the marks that, if you look at my marks sheet, that have defined where I am today. It is everything else that I've learned in that college. It is what you are today learning, is the confidence, is the skill, it's the attitude that you will learn here. You know, it is what I believe, that learning should never stop, right? For me, my MBA was the first path on learning, college graduation. Also, so learning is something that will I continue to learn till today. Uh, so for me, what is hustle, right? And if I would have loved if all of us were in a conference, I would have asked five of you, and I would have five different answers on, what is hustle and what it means for all of you. But thanks to technology, at least we are together here, and we all have our own words, and what is hustle? What does it mean for you? For me, it means one simple thing: it to not stop, right? We need to keep on going. How can you make roadblocks into opportunities, and how can you move forward? For me, that is hustle. It is persistence and confidence, that art of people saying no to you, and you keep on banging on that door and just try to get in. How will you crack it? I have a life story, which so there was this large company which is now India's most coveted startup. It's called Paytm now. I was rejected from there 5 times. I met 8 people, and I had this dream that I want to work in Paytm, and this is 197 days. Finally, I got in. Hustle is not me getting in. Hustle is, once I was in, every year that I was there for 5 years, I won Star of the Year. It is what defines you once you get in. You will make your opportunities by hustling, but you have to deliver on them. The other thing that I think, what I want to tell you today, is that your network is going to define your net worth. Today everyone says I have $100 million. Your network is going to be your net worth. People that you have friends in your colleges, 20 years from now, trust me, people will ask you for introductions into these friends. People will ask you, yeah, how do you know this guy? Can you please put in a word for him? You know, your network in your colleges, be it your seniors, be it people, your classmates, your friends, these are going to define your relationships. So make sure you make the best of this. So nothing comes on a platter. This is something that I learned the very hard way. I thought ki 10 saal I have worked in a specific field in value-added services. I really thought I was the best person. So I thought I'll start up in this field, and everyone is waiting for me to give me business. It doesn't happen like that. I have spent 8 hours sitting at receptions, waiting for people to meet me, and these are people who I have interviewed in my life, right? But you're just sitting there and you're waiting for them to give you an opportunity. Life isn't fair, it's not going to go as how you plan it to go. It's never going to go as you plan it to go, right? You have to always have your plan B there. 3 years I've run my startup, and I've had a full-time job, or I've had a consulting gig always on the side. That was my plan B. That, okay, if my startup was to fail, what will I do? I always had opportunities to do it. Make a plan B for everything that you do in your life. Be it inside a company. So if one product doesn't work, you should have the second product. If the second doesn't work, you should have the third product. And if the startup doesn't work, you should have a job. you know for me, this is something that has always been there, right? And I really feel that somebody would have told me this 20 years ago today, that you will manufacture your own luck. You will go out, you will meet people, you will have those conversations, and you will be lucky in that. एक चीज हम सबको लगता है, can I ask that question? The first question is the most important. Everyone's feeling very shy. That how do I ask the first question? And I have been in conferences and webinars with people, and I've asked the first question. And this is a very bad habit in me, but I ask a lot of questions, and I ask a lot of dumb questions also, right? And the people on the other side, they want you to ask the question. You will build such good relationships. There is no such thing as, and I've met people from a Vijay Shekhar Sharma to a Mahesh to anyone, right? And they love people who ask questions. Just this is in our mind, ये हमारे दिमाग में है कि यार लोग क्या सोचेंगे, what will people think, it's no one's gonna care. It's your question, man. You have to be the curious person in that room, you know. Just don't wait for it to happen. Don't wait. Acha, someone else will ask, then I will ask. My turn will come. Just go out and be there. Time is now. You have to go and do it. Don't wait for things to happen to you. Another thing that I have always thought is that adapt to circumstances around you. If something has to change, you will adapt. Like I'll give you a simple example. That when I started my business, there was one product that I thought I will change India telecom industry. So like Vodafone, Airtel, I will change everything. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't work. I was smart enough to adapt, to change to something else. You can't be fixated on one idea. If one is not working, go do the other one. Nothing's going to stop you from it. You should be smart enough to know when to change, when to adapt. Another big trait of startups today, and I think this is something that everyone in the startup world, and especially today, wants you to do, is speed. Speed is everything. You talk to any founder, they will say speed is the big differentiator between a startup and an old company. I'll tell you a story about Paytm and VAS. How I would sit at Airtel and Vodafone offices for 8 hours, and I would meet people, and I would say, "Sir, kuch kaam de do hame, naukri ye karte hain, kuch, we want to do something." And the reason why I got business was because IBM or the large companies were taking 2 months to deliver something, and our mandate was go get business. We said, okay, we'll do this business in 2 days. We didn't have fancy approval processes. We didn't have an option. No? Agar approval process rakhenge to kaam milega nahi, right? So we just had to go all out. Just do it fast. And even till today, in my office and even in my personal time, anything that can make me do things faster and execute is what I try to do. I think if all of us have the same amount of time, we all have 24 hours in a day. How can you take maximum time out of that? Is going to define. Speed is the biggest differentiator between two companies. Okay, this is my favorite thing. And I think all of you here, are millennials. You are born into digital. It comes naturally to you. It doesn't come naturally to me. I'm almost 40. It doesn't, I have to learn this. You guys are born in this, right? You look at an Instagram post and ki ye chalega, ki ye nahi chalega, right? I don't know. I have to learn for it. People who manage my digital are, 25-year-old, 20-year-old people, because you are born in this world. No one's gonna teach you. This is like you have learned this from whenever you were born. Your eyes know how to look at it, how to post, what to post, right? Use this to your advantage. This is a differentiator between you and the next person sitting next to you, right? Or if you are today, I hope one day one of you has a startup and I'm on the other side, your digital will be kick-ass than mine.